I'm Daftjack,
And I'm Ragingdevils.
and we're going to talk a ridiculously long time about the Retribution Tree today. Um, yeah, Ret, from my memory, used to be like the auto champ king, or auto attack champ king. You just be swinging all day long and judging like every 30 seconds and nothing else.
Yep.
I'm so glad they fixed it. I haven't really played much Ret since I want to say Legion. Yeah. Um, when I swapped from Ret as my off spec to Holy as my off spec. Um, anyway, let's get started here with the Blades of Justice. 12-yard range, instant 12-minute cooldown, or 12-second cooldown, sorry. Pierces an enemy with a blade of light, dealing 145% attack power, physical damage, generates 1 holy power. Alright, that's pretty standard. I think that's their current base generator.
Yeah.
You got Divine Storm, which is the whirly dude with the hammers. Unleash a whirl of divine energy, dealing 147.4% attack power, holy damage to all nearby enemies. Deals reduced damage beyond the 5th target. Directly below that, we'll go off to the side. For improved Crusader Strike, Crusader Strike now does 2 charges. Correction, Crusader Strike's their base ability. Blades of Justice is a cooldown. What's the cooldown on Crusader Strike, I wonder, if you could get 2 charges? Timely Judgment. Reduce the cooldown of your judgment ability by 1 second. Alrighty. And then in the middle, we got Swift Crusader. Increase your haste by 2%. Oh, come on. Give us some movement speed.
Huh.
I mean, like, it is Swift Crusader. High Lord's Judgment. Increase the damage dealt by Judgment by 10%, which explodes into this nonsense below here. From the outside, we got Calm Before the Storm. Enemies hit by your Divine Storm take 50% more damage from your concentration for 8 seconds. Ret's getting concentration. Templar's Verdict increases the damage of your next Templar's Verdict by 15% for 6 seconds. Righto. Choose one, Zeal or Boundless Judgment. Zeal. Judgment empowers you with Holy Zeal, causing your next 3 auto attacks to occur 30% faster and deal an additional 8.5% attack power, holy damage. Or Boundless Judgment. Reduce your judgment now has a 25% chance to chain to a nearby enemy. That's kind of interesting. A bouncy judgment. Next, we've got on the outside, Consecrated Ground. Your concentration is 15% larger, and enemies within it have 50% reduced movement speed. In the middle here, attached to all the things, is Inner Power or Sanctification. Inner Power, every 10 seconds in combat, you gain 1 holy power, or Consecration periodically has a chance to grant you 1 holy power. There's like a really AoE Rat Pally build in here. I'm liking it. If I'm not mistaken, they currently suffer from a lack of AoE, right?
Yeah, other than Divine Storm being its AoE master, if you can
Yeah.
build around that. But yeah,
Long
other than that,
Arm of the Law. Successful judgment increases your movement speed by 20% for 2 seconds. There we go. See, like, when you have Long Arm of the Law, it makes Divine Steed and its cost to get it to be good less impactful.
yeah.
I'm hoping that we'll see this in the other trees too. Not necessarily Long Arm of the Law, but a movement speed. Exorcism. Huh.
Makes it
30-yard range. 20-second cooldown. Blast the target with holy light, causing 125% attack power holy damage, and burns the target for an additional 20% attack power holy damage every 2 seconds for 12 seconds. So you can keep an uptime of, or there's only a downtime of 8 seconds. Applies damage over time effects to nearby enemies if the target is standing within concentration, and stuns undead targets for 5 seconds. Ooh, that is really strong.
Yep, now we get the undead modifier in there too.
Yeah. So instead of it not hitting things that aren't undead, it additionally stuns the undead, which is kind of cool. Nice flavor on that one. Hand of Hindrance. Oh god. 10% base mana, 30-yard range, 30-second cooldown, burdens an enemy target with the weight of their misdeeds, reducing their movement speed by 70% for 10 seconds. Well, if it's the weight of their misdeeds, like a holy priest should have less than a rogue. Could you imagine if it scaled with like class?
Yeah.
That'd be hard to balance, though. Well, not hard to balance. Just don't care about the balance. That'd be a big, big tooltip, and big tooltips tend to be a pain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know what I hope comes back? Symbiosis. Got to do that druid tree.
Oh,
Virtuous command. Judgment grants you virtuous command for 5 seconds, which causes your Templar's Verdict, Crusader Strike, Blade of Justice, and auto attacks to deal 5% additional holy damage. That's pretty cool.
and that's 10 seconds,
Yeah.
but stays at 5%. So
All right. Then we go down. We got Ashes to Ashes. When you benefit from Art of War, you gain Seraphim for 2 seconds. Seraphim. The light magnifies your power for 15 seconds, granting 8% haste, critical strike, and versatility, and 12.8% mastery. Moving on. Final countdown reckoning. Instant 1 minute cooldown. Calls down a blast of heavenly energy, dealing 250% attack power holy damage to all targets in the area and causing them to take 50% increased holy damage from your holy power abilities for 8 seconds. Passive. Well, off cooldown, your attacks have a chance to call down a bolt that deals 50% attack power holy damage and causes the target to take 10% increased damage from your next holy power abilities. Holy banana crackers, Batman. That's a cooldown.
Yeah, I think that was an honor talent in Shadowlands.
That is amazing. I like this off cooldown BS they got down here.
Yeah, so now you have two choices: use it or don't use it.
Yeah, right.
Or use it when you're about to die.
Right. It's also got a 30-yard range. So, like, we have 2 ranged abilities plus probably Judgment has a 30-yard range. I'm calling it now. We're going to get a ranged Ret Paladin. Alrighty. Where are we at?
The right side of this.
Okay, we'll go do Art of War.
No, I mean, did you finish the Virtuous Command right side? Or
Oh.
are you gonna wait? Or are you gonna wait till the middle?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till we do the middle to get those 2. So let's do the middle. We got Shield of Vengeance creates a barrier of 2-minute cooldown. Creates a barrier of holy light that absorbs math damage for 15 seconds. When the shield expires, it bursts and inflicts holy damage equal to the total amount absorbed, divided among all nearby enemies. Note, this shield is bigger than the mage bubbles.
Yeah, but it's also a 2-minute cooldown, which is like amongst
Yeah, and it only
life.
lasts 15 seconds, but it's pretty big.
Uh-huh.
Because your mage bubbles last like forever.
Uh-huh.
Alright, then we've got we'll go down the middle here. Wake Up Ash. Instant 45-second cooldown. Lash out at your enemies, dealing 346.5% attack power radiant damage. Ooh, there's that radiant damage again. So all enemies within 12 yards in front of you, and reducing their movement speed by 50% for 5 seconds. Damage reduced on secondary targets. Demons and undead enemies are also stunned for 5 seconds. Oosh. Generates 3 holy power.
Yep, and now's a returning artifact ability.
Yeah. Then you can choose Path of Ruin or Ashes to Dust. Path of Ruin replaces Wake of Ash with Path of Ruin. Path of Ruin, holy power. Or costs 3 holy power. Instant 15-second cooldown. Lash out at your enemies, dealing 280% attack power radiant damage to all enemies within 12 yards in front of you, and reducing their movement speed by 50% for 5 seconds. Damage reduced beyond 5 targets. Demons and undead are also stunned for 5 seconds. Or you can pick Art of War. Has a 35% chance to reset the cooldown of Wake of Ash and increase Blades of Justice. That's pretty cool. As far as decisions go, like.
Yeah, I think I'll probably try definitely Path of Ruin.
But note that Path of Ruin now costs holy power instead of generating it.
Huh.
Yeah, that's the big. Because otherwise, I'd say Path of Ruin all day, but you lose a generator for a spender.
Yeah. Yeah, I see that. Huh.
And that can impact your gameplay quite a bit. I'm really interested in this. That's a really game changing talent. On the other side,
Yeah.
Oh, what were you gonna say?
I'll say will Path of Ruin replace Temporary Verdict?
It just says Wake of Ash.
Yeah, so who knows? Well, I mean, we'll replace it in a rotation. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows? But yeah, okay. Next one.
Next one we got is Truth's Wake. Wake of Ash burns the target for an additional 10% damage over 6 seconds. I absolutely love the way that sometimes it's 10 or it's percent, sometimes it's percent of attack or spell power, sometimes it's actual damage numbers. Like, paladins are really interesting. Execution Sentence. 3 holy power. 1 minute cooldown, 30-yard range. There we go with that 30-yard range again. A hammer slowly falls from the sky. Instacast. A hammer slowly falls from the sky upon the target. After 8 seconds, they suffer 250% attack power, math holy damage, plus 20% of damage taken from your other abilities in that time. Oh, okay. So they take a 20% damage taken.
Oh, so it's a stack. It's a stacking ability during the thing now instead of the other way.
Yeah. So the hammer
Yeah,
falls,
before.
and while it's falling, they take 20% more damage from just the paladin's abilities.
Yeah, before. Yeah, before it used to just be a base ability, and then afterwards it's when it took more damage.
It's pretty
Huh.
cool. Although I'm
Yeah, it's pretty
strongly
interesting.
leaning towards this caster Retribution Pally.
Uh-huh.
Executioner's Will. Templar's Verdict extends the duration of your active execution sentence on the target by 1 second. Can't extend duration beyond 8 seconds.
Damn.
So you can get
That's
up
weird.
to 16 seconds on that execution sentence.
That's gonna be a big burst once that thing lands.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's going to be
Okay.
nuts.
Yeah.
Healing Hand. It kind of reminds me of like the Wreck Bomb.
Yeah.
Like
That
ever
also
so
reminds,
slightly.
that also reminds me of Touch of the Magi too, trying to get all my damage out before it explodes for 4 seconds.
What do we got next?
Healing Hands or Selfless Healer.
Yeah, okay. So we got Healing Hands. The cooldown on lay on hands is reduced up to 60% based on the target's missing health. Word of Glory. Healing is increased by up to 100% based on the target's missing health. Selfless Healer. Your holy power spending abilities reduce the cast time of your next flash of light by 25% and increase the healing done by 10%, stacks up to 4 times. Interesting. Templar's Vindication. Templar's Verdict has a 15% chance to strike again for 30% of its damage.
Up to 30%. Nice.
Divine Toll. Retribution. Instantly cast Judgment on up to 5 targets within 30 yards. Divine Toll Judgment deals 100% increased damage. Cooldown 1 minute, 30-yard range, 15% base mana, instant. Does not generate holy power anymore. Is intended. Divine Resonance. After casting Divine Toll, you will instantly cast Judgment every 5 seconds. This effect lasts 15 seconds. Oh boy.
So this time it's not instantaneous. It's just every 5 seconds now. Like those other 3 judgment insta kills. You
So
get every 5 seconds.
you're gonna judgment everything with Divine Toll, and then you're gonna judgment one target every 5 seconds for 15 seconds, so 3 more times afterwards.
Yeah, it doesn't say if it's 1 target or 5 for our AoE, so who knows?
Yeah.
It doesn't say you
So,
cast Divine Toll. Yeah, it doesn't say you cast Divine Toll again. It just says Judgment, so I guess 1.
oh, I see. It's like a bell ringing.
Yeah.
Huh. That's cool. Oh man, this is a pun. I love it. On the other side, we got Crusader or Avenging Wrath Might. Who sounds interesting. Crusader, a call upon the light and begin a crusade, increasing your haste by 3% for 25 seconds. Each holy power spent during the crusade increase haste by 3%, maximum 10 stacks. If Avenging Wrath is known, also gain or grants 3% damage per stack. That's cool. So if you know Avenging Wrath.
Yeah, I think that's on top of it. It doesn't override it, so.
Yeah, no. What I'm saying, what it says is like whenever this talent is used, I'm not sure if it's a passive or not. If you know Avenging Wrath, like you've taken the talent in the base tree,
Yeah.
you then get an additional. That is dope. Or you get Avenging Wrath Might. Call upon the light and become an avatar of Retribution, increasing your critical strike chance by 20% for 20 seconds. If Avenging Wrath is known, also grants 20% damage increase. That is really cool.
Yeah.
Numerically, I think Crusade is better. Has the potential to be better? Maybe not. It depends on how fast you can get it stacked up. Alrighty, now for Art of War. Your auto attacks have a 12% chance to reset the cooldown of Blade of Justice. Big fan of CDR abilities, by the way. Increase critical strike chance of your Blade of Justice by 5%. Holy Blade. Blade of Justice generates 1 additional holy power. I feel like this is the Blade of Justice side. Expurgation. Your Blade of Justice critical hits cause the target to burn for 20% of damage dealt every 2 seconds for 6 seconds. Below that, we have Blades of Wrath. Art of War resets the cooldown of Blades of Justice 100% more often and increases its damage by 25%. Man, Blades of Justice is strong. Like, look at how many talents it's getting.
Yeah.
Last right. Every third successful judgment has a 15% increased critical strike chance and deals 28% of attack power additional holy damage to its target. Choose one. Fires of Justice or Ethereal Power. reduces the cooldown of the Crusader Strike by 15% and grants it a 15% chance to make your next ability consume one less holy power. Proc chance 15%. Ethereum Power. Crusader Strike now has a 15% chance to make the next Divine Storm free and deal 25% additional damage. Love it. Love that word, free. Deemed unworthy. Every third successful judgment increases your holy damage done to the target by 4% for 8 seconds. I'm also really liking this, like, every third attack, this does whatever, and then does 3 more attacks. Like, 3s be good for the Ret Pally, I'm thinking. Next, we have Tempest of the Lightbringer. Divine Storm protects an additional wave of light, or projects an additional wave of light, striking all enemies up to 20 yards in front of you for 20 seconds of Divine Shield's damage, or 20% of Divine Shield's damage. Storms. Choose one. Oh, you're saying?
Yeah, that was it. And then now my favorite talent coming up that used to be my favorite talent.
Eye for an eye, or Justicar's Vengeance. Eye for an eye. Instant. 1 minute cooldown. Surround yourself with a bladed bulwark, reducing the physical damage taken by 35% and dealing 35.30, 28% attack power, percent physical damage to any melee attacker for 10 seconds. Or Justicar's Vengeance, cost 5 holy power. Instant cast, melee range. Focus holy energy to deliver a powerful weapon strike that deals 150% attack power to holy damage and restores health equal to damage done. Damage is increased by 50% when used against stunned targets. Cool.
Yeah, that ability is what I always use in Shadowlands.
Yeah, I remember that one. Relentless Inquisitor. Spending holy power grants you 1% haste per finisher for 12 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. Interesting. What does it mean by finisher? Off to the side, we have Vanguard's Momentum. Hammer of Wrath has an extra charge and increases holy damage done by 2% for 10 seconds, stacking 3 times. And then finally, we have Final Verdict. Replace Templar's Verdict with Final Verdict, a devastating strike that deals 223% of attacks, or attack power holy damage, and has a 15% chance to activate Hammer of Wrath and reset its cooldown. So it activates Hammer of Wrath and resets its cooldown. Nice.
Well, so there's my answer.
Yeah, I see Ret Pally is doing pretty good. I really like how they've got, like, this fucking mage Ret Paladin thing going on over here, where it's all, like, based around the spell power of, like, their concentrate, and then they've got these AoE range spells. Yeah, AoE and range spells.
Yeah.
I am totally going to try to put together a ranged Retribution Paladin build.
Yeah.
That sounds like it's going to be fun. let me know what kind of builds you guys want to build in the comments. And we will catch you in a little bit here with the Barat Tree. That's Daftjack signing off.